It is Damien. It is Life Without Grealish. It is episode number 10. Double digits. What a better way to celebrate than having a Champions League draw, a Champions League game. Just to celebrate what we kind of have achieved at Villa so far. We obviously finished second in the league last season. You guys have seen the start of the year where we beat Spurs, and you've seen the fact that we have a pretty nutty side of all the signings. I'll tell you what, boys, it's been a little bit more nutty after that. We played Sheffield, started a little bit slow, but then got goals coming second half, and we did pump 4-0. And against Leeds, Rodrigo scored in the 93rd minute to just put a little bit of a damper what was a pretty perfect performance. As you can see, we look fantastic. Side note, by the way, in my La Coruña save, after 3 games with the new signings I've made there, with us being in Europe in our second season ever and being in the top flight, we haven't conceded a goal yet, and we have played Real Hippos and Atletico Bilbao, so we're pretty happy there. If you want to check out that content, links down below. I can't wait to jump back on that save, but I also couldn't wait to jump back on this one. I'm just going to show you the goals from both these games here before the draw, because look, we were on fire. When I mean fire, I mean literal fire. Leon Bailey's back to his best. Kudos obviously picked up that injury in the first match day week. It was a twisted knee, so he's actually out 3 weeks. We put Thiago Almeida, the wonder kid, back there, and he looked fantastic. I really wish this went in. Like, what a free kick that is into the apex. Danny Ings jogging on the spot. Love to see it. And then Leon Bailey took over, and it was a pretty good day out. As you can see, just good ball movement. Ball back stick from Mings first time's unreal, and the header's picture perfect. The football we are playing is a joy to behold. And yeah, just like, in the end, like, Arias heads it onto Leon Bailey, he burns one, he comes inside, and this is all he does, man. He just buries. He's very good at what he does, and yeah. We then looked at the Leeds game, and we played absolutely superb yet again. Tyrone Mings hits an absolute worldie. As you can see here, yet again, played pretty well. Danny Ings with that broken arm, I decided to rest in this game. Or that fractured arm, just he wasn't 100% fit. Didn't want to use Lou Barry, we've used him a bit. He's actually been developing. But, you know, there's a lot of guys that have been developing so far, and it's just me trying to keep the squad, like, happy. Is the big one here, because, like, we have a lot of players, and, like, I haven't even given a minute to Morgan Sanson yet. McGinn, I think, this is the first time he came from the bench. But, look, another goal for St. Maxim. Bundia had another good game out. Bailey again. Arias even scored a goal. It was a pretty nice goal too. And Douglas Luiz has just, moving from the Mazzala to the box has kind of just gone, I'm a bit of world-class talent. He just looks fantastic. Of course, FM. We'll start this again, huh? And, but yeah, you know, corner, Bailey, ball top of the box, Ollie Watkins hits, it's blocked. Ollie Watkins plays into Leon Bailey, ball back stick, St. Maxim, thank you very much. But the movement is so good, and like St. Maxim is doing stuff that is unreal. I would normally swap the camera angle, but I'm just going to leave it so we don't, you know, whatever. Because but Tyrone Mings, what a finisher. Picks it up, top bins, unreal. And then our goal here of Almeida again, into Douglas Luiz, his ball to Arias, one touch, pick out this bottom bin. Thank you very much. The football we are playing is superb. They did score. It's the only goal we get to show that we conceded. This whole highlights have been in the wrong way. You guys will deal. But a ball over the top. Falls back to Rodrigo after a block. Martinez not in position. But yeah, we are on a maximum of 9 points. We have a goal difference of 7. The only other teams that have done that are Chelsea, Arsenal, City and United. Liverpool have lost a game to one of the big boys, I think, as well. Chelsea on the opening day. So we're in a good spot and exactly where we need to be. But in terms of transfers, not making any. I'm happy with the team. But we're here. It's Champions League, and we are in pot number 4 with a very low coefficient, as you would expect. And look, hopefully we can go out here and just do a job. Look, we can't be drawing anyone that is an English group, so we can't get drawn in the last 2 groups here, and we can't get drawn against Bayern Munich. So that's not bad at the moment. And with the third seeds coming out now, we'll rattle through the groups before we get picked. All right, so we've got PSG, Ajax, and Salzburg. That's actually a group I would like off the bat, because I think we could beat Ajax at home. I think we beat Salzburg home and away. We lose the PSG both games. But that's actually a group where I look at that group and go, oh, I could finish second. Porto, Dortmund, and Shakhtar is a little bit more difficult. Porto definitely know what they're doing in Portugal and have a very good squad on FM. Very underrated squad. Dortmund, obviously unreal. And Shakhtar Donetsk actually knocked Monaco out of the Champions League this morning in qualifying. But Shakhtar Donetsk is a team that I'll look at and go, we should beat home and away. But yeah, Group C is definitely the group we don't want. That's the group of death. You've got Atletico, Juve, and Leipzig. 3 teams that probably know that if they make the later stage of the competition, could go deep with with the right run. Lazio, Barca, and Monaco. I actually feel like we could beat Monaco and Lazio at home. Barca obviously is the outlier and just like you don't want it. But it's also the potential for those games to be difficult. I'm a big believer that when you go away to Italy, you're just not allowed to score. We saw in the SFB say that we could have 20, 30 shots. And Inter, I think FM does in a game where we lost 1-0 with one shot, one on target to 30. So like, if I could, Group A is the group, and Group B is okay. Group C I don't want, and Group D, to rattle off the top line, is it's not as bad as Group C, but it's not perfect. Group E, obviously, we can't get, but that's a pretty tough group. They have United and Bayern, sorry if whoever gets in there. Group F, we can get. It's Napoli, Madrid, and Copenhagen. The reason why this group's okay is we would 100% of the time come third. We would be knocking Copenhagen out every single time, I do believe, and then it's just a dogfight between us and Napoli and Madrid to see what happens. So in terms of making Europa League football, Group F is the best. So Group C could see us miss out on Europe altogether. Group D could see us miss out on Europe altogether, depending on results, but also could see us top the group, or finish second, sorry. And Group F, though, I'll rate better than Group C and D because that guarantees I'll be in the Europa League, barring something silly against Copenhagen, home or away. Group G and Group H we can't get because of Liverpool and City, but Roma and Olympiacos, pretty easy group for Liverpool. And Group H is actually very interesting because you got Celtics, you got Ange Postecoglou Celtic, who is, in real life is playing unreal football. You got Lyon and City, so no mugs. So Group A is what we want. We don't get it. Group B is okay, and we do get it. There we go. So we avoid it. Pascal de Ferreira go off into Group C, so good luck to them. Bruges actually ran out a very tough group in Group D. BBL actually making pretty interesting group in Group E because Sporting aren't no mugs. The Turkish side and Copenhagen fighting for third there. Mönchengladbach make Liverpool's group a little bit tougher. You've got to go to Italy and Germany, never nice. And I didn't see what happened in Group H. Feyenoord got in there. But look, Group B is not the worst. We got an away trip to Dortmund. That's going to be interesting, and they're going to be strong. Shakhtar are a team that I look at, and I think we got to go home and away and win both those games, and we should, but they also got a decent squad. And Porto's the outlier of me. Porto is a team that either they're going to be unbelievable because they've got guys like Fabio Vieira that are really good, and they've already got this regen guy that I'm going to scout. I do this all the time. And, you know, they got Oliveira. Pepe's a very decent player as well. And, you know, look at their squad, and you know names in this squad, right? But for me, they're also a team that I can get out because, yet again, Pepe's 38 and, you know, he's aging, so maybe we can run at him. I just feel like that's a team that at home I can beat, and away from home it's up in the air. And to be fair, that's a group I look at and I go, I can come second or first in that group, and that's a group I look at and I can come fourth if it's not particularly our day. I'm just going to wait for the fixtures, obviously, to be handed out, and then we'll make a decision about when we're going to play these games. I think they just popped in just then. Then yeah, you're going to see the league game and a Champions League game together, I do believe. And we're going to have a look when that first one is. So our first game is Porto. We got Cardiff and Brentford either side. Brentford stayed up in the Prem this year. I'm going to give you Porto first in a massive game. That's a massive 6-pointer. Win that game at home puts us right in the best spot. And I might give you Brentford, which is not bad. Yeah, I'm going to probably do that. Porto and Brentford, depending on how long this Porto game is for. And then the episode after that is actually going to be Dortmund and Chelsea. And I will probably show you... Well, things are going to get interesting here, aren't they? I'll give you Porto. And I might just give you Porto. Apologies to Brentford. Right? And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to give you Dortmund and Chelsea, Everton as a recap game. I'm then going to come back and show you City, Arsenal, Shakhtar in a big episode because this could sum up our year through here. And then, yeah, I think it's good that we play Dortmund on the final day because we know that what we would need to do. Because if we can go win those games, get the Shakhtar away, win that, Porto away, know that a point's probably good enough to put us in the top two and stay in the top two, you know, automatically do it, then great. We also know that at home in Dortmund here at Villa Park, if we have to go for it, we go for it. If we have to set up shop and get a point, we can. It's not a bad spot to be in. But yeah, a lot of fixtures coming up, and this is why we've got a big squad. But I feel like maybe it's just going to be the Porto game. And then after that, you're going to cop a couple more Champions League games and et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, I feel like that's not a bad squad. Let me know what you think of this squad. Bad draw. Let me know what you think of the draw down below. And when we come back, it's going to be Porto in the Champions League, little old Villa. We are in the big dance, and how far can we go? Who knows? With that group there, maybe we can dream of going on a little bit of a Champions League run and run really deep in this competition. I'll see you in a second. Thank you. And I'll see you for Porto at home at Villa Park. Welcome back, YouTube, to episode 10. We have our first game in the Champions League against Porto here at Villa Park. It's our first game in charge of Villa in the UCL, and I cannot wait to get going. I just think this group suits us. I really do. I feel like as long as we beat Porto here at home, we can beat Shakhtar at home, and Dortmund we can give a good account of ourselves at home. And then away from home, I think we're good enough to beat Shakhtar. It's never easy to go to the Ukraine, but it's not the hardest job. Porto's the one. Like, if we can somehow win home and away against Porto, we get out the group in second at a minimum. So yeah, and then obviously it relies on Dortmund. I've seen Dortmund in saves absolutely bottle it, and I've seen Dortmund in saves go win Champions League. So I don't know. But yeah, look, for me, it's all about what we can do and seeing if we can keep the form that we have been in the league going. We're yet to lose in the league this season. Great. We conceded 3 goals against Norwich in a game that were 5-1 or 5-0 up. We were fantastic in this. And then decided that, we're 4-1 up. And then we decided to make changes, and everybody decided to just, just stop playing for whatever reason. Made me worry. But some of the football was absolutely delightful. St. Maxim's done well. Ings has done well. Arias, he just scores from right back. I love it. And then Morales decided to score a hat-trick and give us a bit of a shake. But, we were okay at the end of the day. That is not what we want the speed to be at. You can tell when I play games in between episodes, you can tell that I play it at speed. But, like, the ball movement is just so good, and, like, the finish from Arias is just unreal. And we've been getting that from right back. Then against Cardiff 1-0, we did semi-rotate here by memory. I haven't played in a few days. But yeah, as you can see, we did, kudos yet again, having another great game in the middle of the park. De La Fuente played on the right, which is not where I prefer him. But, Constant, Bogard played together, Matty Cash, Target, Martinez. You can tell we played for the Champions League game here. Ollie started up top. So to get a 1-0 win, absolutely flog him in terms of just possession and domination of chances, etc., etc. To just, get the job done was nice. Trezeguet showing a little bit of class in order to score after missing a pen. But, we're in great form. So, obviously, this episode is just going to be Porto. And then I'm going to play Brentford and Peterborough and Palace off episode. And then I will come back for Dortmund and Chelsea. And I will give you an Everton game recap. I then feel like, I don't know. Depends how we go in the league here, to be fair. We're winning games. It's not realistic that we could go into the Chelsea game, for instance, with, we've won every game. We did beat Everton last year. I might play by ear, but I kind of want to do all 3 of these games as an episode too, and I kind of want to show you a lot, but at the same stage, there's so many episodes so close together. And then you got Dortmund in there too. Feel like what I will do is that you won't see any of these. I'll come back for Dortmund, and I'll do Shakhtar. I'll do these 2. And then if we've won every game, I'll recap Chelsea properly. And then in that case, I'll show you City. And then depending on the results, obviously, I'll play Shakhtar away, which is a big game as well. Like, I don't know how we're going to work this in terms of episodes. And I would love to ask for your help, but at the same stage, this episode ain't going to come out until we've refilmed the rest, because I've got soccer a little bit later in real life, and I'm going to be playing a bit of FM while cleaning. Anyway, we have got Martinez in goals. Arias, Tilio, Diallo, and Mings were back at full strength. Kudus has just been playing absolutely unreal from the middle. I don't understand why he's not growing, but yeah, that's fine. Douglas Luiz has been fantastic, and he is growing, and that's all that matters to me. Bundia from the middle. Bailey, St. Maxim, shout out to him, man, because he's got 3 goals in 4 games for me in the league. Danny Ings up top, and basically fit. Thiago Almeida has been so good, the one, the kid, and I think he's going to be fantastic for us. But yeah, and then you're looking at the guys that miss out here. La Fuente, obviously. Lou Barry didn't get registered because of he's not apparently homegrown here. He hasn't been here for 3 years. But look, I feel like that we are in a very good spot. It's a great time to play Porto. We haven't tasted defeat yet. They've got some aging players. Danny Ings knows what he's doing. I just feel like there's enough about me at home to win, including Dortmund, all these games at home. Away from home, different story. Champions League is always hard to travel. But at home, I feel like we can win all these games. And look, it might come crashing down. They got Mark Kizian in goals. He's a great little keeper. I've used him before. He's very good. Mbuema at the right back. It's a good spot to have him. He's more of a centre back. Maybe get him turning and chasing. But this is the one. We got to get underneath this guy's skin and get him sent off. A, B, run at him. He's 38 years of age. Danny Ings gets into the channels. Bundia bombs past him. Leon Bailey runs at him and drags him wide. We're on here. Diego makes up for it a little bit, but also at the same stage, he's not the quickest. And San Usi is also very good, the Nigerian international. Sergio Oliveira, obviously a great player. Mateus in the middle of the park is a superbly experienced midfielder. Otavio is probably their best. I love him on FM and I love him in real life. Fabio Vieira, very good player on FM if you can pick him up early. Diaz, obviously on the left-hand side, is another one of these Colombians that are unreal. Colombia do have a pretty decent squad on FM. And Evan Ilson, never capped by Brazil, but a player that you always on FM see get capped by Brazil eventually. For me, he's one of those guys that just develop very well. And then you look at their bench, you got Thomas Esteves, who I always pick up on FM whenever you can. Rodrigo, obviously another one of the 19-year-olds that are very, very good as well. And then, the other Pepe's there too, and he's very decent. I just feel like that Porto squad is good, but it doesn't have the standout player. But, and that's the thing with Porto and FM. They never hold on to him like in real life because they always end up selling him. But the squad does cause you trouble because there's people out. Otavio's there. Oliveira knows what he's doing. Like I just mentioned. But they don't have that big X factor. If they had that one world-class player at Porto, that team could be built all around them. They're going to be unreal. Never happens like that in real life, which is a shame, and it never happens like that in FM either. I also think that it would be a worldie of a save. I feel like in Portugal you'd win everything, but with a Champions League at Porto, you could build something really special. Anyway, time ticks away here, 10 minutes played. Not the greatest start to a game, but nothing wrong with it, at least anyway. And we do have a very quick highlight. I thought I changed that, apparently not FM, okay. And it looks like that in the other game, Dortmund are already winning, which is great, can't scroll that up. But Bundia finds Leon Bailey down the line, cuts it towards St. Maxim, doesn't win it, but kudos. And this is why we got him, because he can drive, he can run, he can beat, and he beats a couple there, still has the ball, he moves wide. Mings now from deep might swing one. Then looks to body off his man, doesn't, kudos. Ball in a St. Maxim, kudos and him link up. Ball in a Danny Ings. If it wasn't for a save from Marquezian in goal, it was 1-0. And kudos just showing there why we picked him up. Because he gets in positions, the roaming playmaker, that is so good. He can overlap the fullback or the winger. He can drive inside, he can shoot from distance, he can do it all. Bailey's picked off a twisted ankle. That's not nice to see, but we'll leave him out there because it's an important game. We're not dominating the ball, but we're dominating chances, and that's important. Shakhtar have just equalised against Dortmund as well. Martinez, Tilio Kero were good from building up from the back usually. Martinez Diallo inside the kudos, and he's good with his feet. Well played out, boys. And Mings faces forward with space and time, and that equals hopefully a good ball. Instead, he beats a couple, Tyrone Mings. Leaves them all in their way. All 6'5" of him. Unfortunately, the cross is horrid, and now he's out of position. In Buema, we have a ball that goes long. We don't pick that off either. Luis Diaz running at us now. Still going Luis Diaz. He might go for goal from that angle, and he does, and it's straight up Martinez. One on the break for Porto. Bit of a worrying moment. But still 0-0, and that's all that matters in a very even game. Time ticking away here before half-time, and it is level in a very tight, intense game. I'm delighted with the performance, what I'm going to say. Bundia doesn't look happy, the rest of them do. I just feel like in your first Champions League game, you've gone out there, you've weathered a bit, you haven't weathered a storm, but you haven't let the nerves get the better of you. You've played your football. Continue to play, is the message I'm kind of giving there. And at the minute, Shakhtar's just gone bang against Dortmund in the Ukraine, and Shakhtar lead 3-1. Wow, makes this game very interesting. We've had the better of the chances, you would say, but unfortunately not been our day. Not been Leon Bailey's day. Actually going to go and do that, and I'm going to get Thiago playing, even though he's right-footed, as the inverted wing on the other side, I reckon. Kudos apparently not having a good game. I think he's been great from what I've seen. Danny Ings I'm going to take off. I'm going to just make the one change. Thiago has that little bit of X factor. Get him out there. We'll see how we go. If we get a goal, we make a change. We can see we make a change. There he is, Thiago. Good touch inside. Finds Danny Ings. He presents. Danny Ings now can hold it up. He can play a ball. He finds Arias bombing on. One of our best players, Arias. Ball towards Bundia was poor. Picked off by Tilio, though. And Kudos now with the ball. St. Maxim now. We've got overlapping fullbacks either side. Instead, he looks for Thiago Almeida. Off the bench. Got to score. And the substitution proves the key to unlock the Porto door. It is 1-0 Villa in the 72nd minute. And Thiago Almeida off the bench makes it 1-0. St. Maxim with great feet to find half a yard. The timing of the run was superb. The presence of mind from the young kid to just compose himself, to wait a second, wait for the keeper to go down, and then slot at the other corner. Unreal. We lead 1-0, and in the 75th minute, it is time to make a change after that. And we are going to get in Johnny McGinn to come in as a bit more of the box-to-box Oh, no, a deeper line playmaker and defend. Either or will work. And there we are. That is 2 changes down. We got 1 more change to go. And there we are. We lead 1-0 at Villa Park. We've probably been the better team in the second half as well and deserve it. Thiago heads, Douglas Luiz, ball in. Danny Ings, effort blocked. Almeida flies in and wins it back. He's looked very good off the bench. And at the minute, I'm going to keep it the same way because Porto are going to come and press. And if we get one chance, we can pick them off. They've gone into a 4-2-4. We're going to leave it one last change to time waste here late. And there's a highlight. If we concede, I'll be livid. Mings clears. Only as far as Liete. Olivero, Inati, a ball to Nanu. This is not good. Ball there, and they've equalised. Fuck off, you lucky. Got to be kidding me. Ollie Watkins on for Danny Ings up top. Just unlucky. A 91st minute equalised by Porto. We do not deserve that. We've kind of dominated him in the second half. And they've kind of just got one moment. It's just poor marking there by Diallo. Time ticks away here. And yeah, look, judging on the stats, a very even game that deserves to be a draw. But the fact we get the lead, it's a masterful substitution to bring Almeida on and he scored. And then literally it's one moment. I was hovering my mouse hovering for the 91st minute to make a time-wasting change. And every time we say we're going to make a time-wasting change, every time we concede right as we're about to do it. It's silly. Very unlucky in the end. You know, we had the better of that second half. Porto probably had the better of the first half. Kind of equals into a draw. Look, I'm happy with the performance. Few people seem demotivated. Few people seem okay with it. A few people seem whatever with it. So yeah, none of their business. They'll learn from that experience. Do you think Porto's... I don't think so. We deserve to win. I'm going to say that, though. I do think we deserve to win. Bailey's out 4 to 5 weeks. That's no good. And Aston Villa receive 822k for a draw, which is not bad for our coffers at all. But look, it's... leaves us in a precarious spot because we lose the Dortmund, Porto beat Shakhtar, or Shakhtar win and they go to 6 points. It's not good because we're going to be left on 1. And Dortmund are going to come out in Germany knowing they just got beaten in Ukraine. They need a win. So, yeah. It's not the worst. It's not the greatest. I look at that now and I feel like that we are the team that's probably most in danger of finishing 4th here now. And I feel like we're the team that, you know, it's too early to say with 5 games to go. But you would have imagined Shakhtar lose to Dortmund, Shakhtar lose to Porto, we beat Shakhtar. That's enough points to probably see us at least finish 3rd. But now that makes things nice, tight and tense. And I guess if it makes it tight and tense, it means that we're always going to be in a shot to qualify out the group as well. But from Damo and everybody else here, that's the end of this episode. I'll definitely be back for Dortmund next episode. It's just no matter what other games I give you. There's so many big games in the league. We're currently undefeated in the league. And something tells me that in the form we're in, we're going to beat Brentford and we're going to beat Palace and we're going to be 7 games played and have max points. But from Damo and everybody else here at Aston Villa, I'll see you next time for more with Life Without Grealish. Give it a like, go subscribe, links down below. And thank you and goodbye.
Yeah.